Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first live stream within this group. This first live stream, we're going to be going over a couple different things involving the pickleball warm up routine. We'll be going over kind of the 3 steps that I utilize with the people and clientele that I'm working with and trying to help them stay pain free, trying to help them improve their pickleball performance levels. So, I'm going to kind of share that with you guys. Also, I will be in the comment section below after this video be including a link to the YouTube video that goes over this specific warm-up routine so you guys can watch that, follow along, and have that kind of in your back pocket for when you go back out and play pickleball the next time. So if you guys have any questions or anything regarding the warm-up, feel free to post that in the comment section down below. As we're going through this, I'm sure you guys will have a number of different questions, so you guys can post them in the comment section down below, and I'll get to them when I can. So, a couple other things, just housekeeping things. If you're not currently a friend with me on Facebook, be sure to add me on here. That way we can communicate if you guys have any questions. Also, be sure to follow me if you're on Instagram. My handle is dr.joshmackey. On there, I'll be sharing different things along with the content in the group, so I don't want you guys to kind of miss out on some of the information that we're posting and just the content that we're producing with pickleball related topics. So add me on here. Make sure you're following me on Instagram so you're not missing out. Okay, so we're going to kind of start at the top. Again, we're going to be going through this pickleball warm-up routine. So first things first, we're going to start when we're starting with pickleball. The number one thing is you always want to be warming up. So it's important that you're not just stepping out on the court, whether that's dinking, whether that's, going right into your first game. We want to actually be targeting different muscle groups that are commonly used with pickleball. We also want to be getting our heart rate up so that way we're ready for activity. Those types of things are going to help significantly reduce the risk of injury, but also are going to help you compete at a higher level while you're playing the sport as well. So again, it's super important that you're actually taking the time to warm up. The video that I have and kind of the warm up program that I give out to my clients is designed to be short but effective. So I usually tell people to be warming up anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that range. If you're a little younger, you can probably get by, closer to 5 minutes. But if you're a little bit older, closer to 10 minutes might be a little more appropriate for you. So first and foremost, make sure you're warming up. Okay, so as far as the pickleball warm-up routine, the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be performing isometric exercises. So isometrics are essentially when you are contracting a specific muscle, but you're not actually moving that specific muscle. So we want to be performing isometrics on a number of different common muscle groups throughout our body, both in the lower extremities and the upper extremities. So common lower extremity muscles we want to be targeting are going to be your quads, your hamstrings, some of your ankle dorsiflexors, and then also your abdominals. As far as the upper body, we want to make sure we're working the external rotators of the shoulder joint. We want to be working the lower and mid trapezius muscles on the backside. And also we want to be making sure we're working our pec muscles. So these are some of the common muscle groups that are going to be utilized when you're playing pickleball. So we want to make sure we are first performing different isometrics for these exercises. This is important because when you perform an isometric exercise, what you're doing is you're increasing that brain to muscle connection. So this is important because it's going to help increase the efficiency of that muscle group. So when you increase the efficiency of a muscle performing, what you're going to do is you're going to help reduce your risk of injury significantly. So many pickleball injuries occur because people have different inhibition of certain muscle groups, and then they're stepping out on the court, and when you have inhibition, you're going to likely get injured. So we want to make sure we're decreasing our chance of inhibition by performing these isometrics, getting these muscles to wake up, and also just help reduce your risk of injury while increasing your performance. So we always start our warm-ups with isometrics. These usually take just a couple minutes. Hit each of these major muscles, and again, this will be down in that YouTube video that I'll post after this video in the description, so you guys can check out those different exercises of isometrics and then also how to perform them. So once we perform our isometrics, we're going to move into what is called reinforcement exercises. So reinforcement exercises, what I like to call, are also just full range of motion functional exercises. So a couple of these include chops. They also include performing a lunge with rotation, and then also what I call the crossover walk with a squat. So these are the three foundation exercises that I utilize with my clients. These are great because a number of reasons. They are, once your body's warmed up from the isometrics, these are great because they get you into a full range of motion, and it's also going to help prepare you more for pickleball too, because a lot of pickleball requires some single leg stability, moving side to side. So you want to make sure you have different muscle groups warmed up, and you want to make sure you're able to get in and out of different positions. So each of these exercises are great because they're taking you through a full range of motion. They're performed standing on your feet, and they are ultimately going to help you prepare for pickleball more than just doing basic exercises, sitting on the ground or doing stretches, because we want to make sure our joints are stable. We want to make sure we're performing things on our feet, because that's going to directly carry over to pickleball itself. So again, similar to the isometrics, these are going to be down in the YouTube video below, so you guys are going to be able to see how to perform each of these and also why we're doing them as well. Now, when you guys watch this, you may be wondering if you're able to do them. So there's a number of different regressions and progressions for exercises. So if you find one of the exercises and you don't think you're going to be able to do it, make sure you reach out to me or leave a comment on this video. I can kind of go over ways to make exercises a little easier if you're having difficulty with the exercises I have posted. Okay, so that kind of wraps up the reinforcement exercises, which again is the second phase of our pickleball warm-up. So that kind of leads into the last phase, which is our dynamic warm-up routine. So dynamic warm-up, this is pretty similar to what many people have seen in the past. This is the most common thing. This is going to be like your high knees, your butt kicks, your sideways run, your karaoke, your skips, things like that. Those are some of the things people are a little more familiar with than some of the other exercises that we include. So these are great because these are going to ultimately get your heart rate up and get your body moving. Ideally, you'd be breaking a little bit of a sweat so you're ultimately ready to step out on the pickleball courts and go. So these are great as well because they're getting you going across the court. You're getting a number of steps in, and ultimately going to help best prepare you for pickleball. So normally I have people perform like down and back on a pickleball court. Just, if you want to take a little more time going through these dynamic warm-ups and doing a few, if you're somebody that likes to perform them and get a little bit of even a workout in before you step out on the pickleball court, you can. But as far as the warm-up itself, down and back on the pickleball court is really all the distance that you need. And I'll have a full, again, similar to the other two steps of the warm-up routine, I'll have a full list of the dynamic warm-ups that I want you guys doing. And also you can watch the video and follow along on there. If you have any questions or anything, you can always reach out to me. You can comment on that video. You can comment on this video as well if you're watching this live as well. So that's the three steps. Again, we start with the isometrics. The purpose of that, to get muscles woken up, try and increase that brain to muscle connection, which is ultimately going to help improve the efficiency of each of those muscles. We do that, then we go into reinforcement exercise. This is important because we want to be taking our joints through a full range of motion and doing them in weight bearing on our feet, because that's going to best carry over to pickleball itself. And then once we're done with reinforcements, we go right into the dynamic warm-up routine, trying to get our heart rate up, trying to get it moving a little bit more, so that way when you step out and play pickleball, you're much more ready and you're much better prepared for the sport, which is going to help not only help you play better, but it's also going to help reduce your risk of injury as well, which is the whole point of this warm up routine. We want to keep people healthy. We don't want people to be stuck and injured and not playing because this sport has done so much for a lot of people. It's helped them lose a lot of weight. It's helped them gain a sense of community with other people, and it's just a fun and easy sport to get involved with for almost anybody. So again, it's important that we do our warm-ups. We're doing the things to stay healthy so that way we're able to keep playing and not have to take time off and spend time in the doctor's office recovering from an injury. So that's, again, this is kind of the 3 phases of the warm-up. I will be linking the YouTube video in the comment section down below so you guys can check that out on there and kind of follow along. Again, we want to be doing it from anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes with the warm up just to get your body ready, get you prepared for the sport when you step out on the court, because this is probably the number one thing in terms of injury prevention is just taking the time to warm up, because I've seen way too many injuries occur from calf strains, from tennis elbow, from rolled ankles, all these things. All of them can easily be prevented if you're just taking the time to warm up. So can't stress that enough, how the importance of taking the time to complete this warm up. So if you guys have any questions or would like to kind of learn a little bit more about some of the clients that I'm working with and just kind of learn about our routine, you can leave a comment down in this comment section down below. And if you have any other questions for me, you can message me as well. So if you're interested in kind of learning a little bit more, I do free consultations with people. We can hop on the phone, kind of learn a little bit more about what your goals are. And if there's something I can do to help, I would be more than happy to do that. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything else, you can reach out to me or leave a comment section down below. Also, be on the lookout for next week. We'll be doing another live training on this. I'm not sure of the topic quite yet, but just be on the lookout. I'll be posting in the group once a week and kind of going through that. So hope to see everybody next week. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down below or message me. Thank you, everybody.